Have you ever been in a situation where you're doing everything right? You're kind, you're patient, you're loyal, you explain yourself instead of exploding. You even text in lowercase so you don't seem aggressive. And still, their dry replies feel like they're slapping your soul in slow motion. You pour your heart into a friendship, a relationship, even a job, and somehow end up feeling like an emotional background character in their life story. You show up, they tolerate you. And no matter how good you are, they treat you like something disposable. Here's the truth nobody prepares you for. You can be a good person and still be in the wrong place. And today, I'm going to break down one of the most brutal walkaway mindsets ever written, from Leo Tolstoy himself. Yes, that Tolstoy. The man once said, "Respect was invented to cover the empty place where love should be." That sentence doesn't comfort you, it exposes you, especially if you've ever mistaken emotional starvation for connection. Let me say this clean. You owe no one permanent access to you just because they once had temporary value. People don't fail you because they change. They fail you because you keep expecting them to meet you at levels they never trained for. Tolstoy understood something most people avoid. When someone can't love you properly, they don't disappear. They invent virtues instead. They invent respect. They invent politeness. They invent distance with dignity. So you keep showing up, hoping your goodness will wake them up. But here's the part that hurts. They're not confused. They're comfortable. 1. Walk away when you have to shrink to stay. If you have to water yourself down just to be tolerated, if your voice feels too much, your dreams feel inconvenient, your opinions suddenly feel dangerous, you're not loved, you're being managed. Tolstoy believed moral growth requires alignment with truth, even when it costs comfort. Stay in quiet doesn't make you kind, it makes you complicit. The moment someone makes you feel like a burden in your own life, that's your cue to leave. No speech, no closure, no explanation. If they cared, you wouldn't be questioning your worth in the first place. 2. Walk away when they only love you when you're easy. Some people only love you when you're smiling, when you're useful, when you're quiet. The second you're tired, confused, or human, they vanish. Tolstoy wrote that real love demands effort and pain, not romance, responsibility. If someone can't meet you halfway on a bad day, why are you running the entire marathon for them? Stop auditioning for people who gave up on their role in your life a long time ago. Exit the stage. Let the audience clap for their performance. You're done. 3. Walk away when you're the only one trying. Tolstoy believed relationships require mutual moral effort. If you're dragging the connection on your back, sweating empathy, bleeding patience, while they offer crumbs and call it a feast, leave. You are not a therapist. You are not a rescue mission. You are not an emotional punching bag. Ask yourself this one question. Would they fight for you if the roles were reversed? If the answer is probably not, staying isn't loyalty, it's self-betrayal. 4. Walk away when forgiveness becomes a daily routine. Forgiveness is powerful, but if you're constantly forgiving someone for being a version of themselves they refuse to change, that's not love, that's addiction. Tolstoy believed repentance isn't words, it's change. You keep giving second chances to someone who didn't respect the first. The more you understand them, the less you recognize yourself. Wake up. You're not Jesus, you're just afraid to admit they don't deserve you. 5. Walk away when you start losing yourself. Tolstoy didn't fear death, he feared living disconnected from truth. That's what happens when you stay too long. You laugh less, you explain yourself more, you stop talking about your goals because they wouldn't get it. You apologize for existing. That's not love, that's spiritual decay. You were never meant to survive love. You were meant to grow in it. 6. Walk away when loyalty becomes self-abandonment. Here's the ugliest truth. Most people don't stay because of love. They stay because of history, because they're scared of looking like the villain. Tolstoy believed you live for truth, not appearances.
If your loyalty is to who someone used to be instead of who they are now, you're already alone. Burn the bridge if it keeps leading you back to hell. How to walk away, clean. First, don't announce your exit. Just leave. No final conversation, no 4-paragraph growth text. Silence is your closure. They'll never give you the apology you're waiting for, and they'll never realize your value until you're gone. Second, withdrawal is coming. Walking away feels like hell at first. Your brain is addicted to the chaos, the pattern of the familiarity of being mistreated. Every urge to text them, to check their page, that's trauma asking for a repeat. Tell it no. You're not healing for them, you're healing from them. Third, build a life they would never fit into. Don't just move on, upgrade. Choose peace like oxygen. Choose people who pour into you instead of poking holes in your self-worth. The best revenge isn't success, it's irrelevance. Fourth, cut them off everywhere, physically, digitally, mentally. Unfollow, mute, block. Tolstoy believed freedom comes from breaking illusions, and the biggest illusion is thinking they were your only shot at love. They weren't your future. They were a lesson disguised as a person. Loneliness isn't punishment, it's purification. You're washing off everything that isn't you. Set a standard so high your old self feels uncomfortable. If they don't bring peace, they don't get presents. If they play games, they lose you. Your time is too expensive to be treated like a free trial. So walk away like your soul depends on it, because it does. And somewhere ahead of you, your future self is watching and whispering, "Finally."